Michigan Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. And the Hoosiers headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Two running backs alongside the quarterback. Pulls it. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and this defense gets off to a good start.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get them to the ground.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver comes in motion. They give it back to him. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Throwing, Underwood. Oh, pressure's coming. Gets rid of it.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. The Hoosiers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. That's caught. It's Becker. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
On the screen, gain of 16. And first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space. It's Richard. Forced out of bounds. Good pickup there on the ground.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Out wide left, it's Preston. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
And the Hoosiers have this offense rolling. Quarterback signaling to his guys. The give, it's Richard. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Second down, going to throw it. He's lucky that was a linebacker, not great hands. It's incomplete.
You know, defenders have to really understand body positioning and where the football's coming from. And great job understanding that, getting in the way of the route, knocking the ball down, batting it away, making a good play for that defense.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Hoover. Quickly complete. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll throw it from the red zone. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. He wants to throw it again. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a third down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals, because you know kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Moving the pocket, it's Hoover. Right side, it's Richard. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Hoosiers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. Touchdown, Hoosiers! The sure hand's in the end zone, and he has 6. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Grabbed in the middle. It's Preston. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quick give. It's Richard. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Gonna run it. It's Martin. Knocked down immediately.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. To the air, it's Hoover. And it's incomplete on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Pulls it, trying to get the corner. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So after the break, they'll go back to work. On the move, it's Richard. Pick up of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Out wide right, it's Richard. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Second and long here. Looking to throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down. trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
Dead center perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
Blue 22. Kill. 180 race car. 180 race car.
They give it to him again. Nowhere to go.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover.
949 Rockstar. 949 Rockstar.
Wide receiver going in motion. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Underwood unloads to the right. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Sets his feet. It's Hoover. Finds his man. It's Becker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Turns up, it's Richard. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Hoosiers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Straight ahead, it's Richard. There he goes. He's at the 20. And he scores! Touchdown, Indiana!
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen, and you saw it right there.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Throwing, Underwood. Unloads it left. And he gets it away.
It has been tough sledding for this quarterback here early in the game. He's 0 for 5 right now. I give the defense tons of credit. It's not just good coverage in the back end, and it's not just a good pass rush. They're doing a nice job mixing up their looks coverage-wise. This quarterback looks confused, and that's a big reason why, guys, this offense has not scored a single point so far.
To the air. It's Underwood. Rushes on. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know if anybody saw this happening. He's 0 for 6 to start the game throwing it. He's just not seeing the field real well. The defense has done a great job in the back end and with their pass rush, making life really hard on him. But they've got no points, and it's not a surprise. I mean, they thought they would be able to find some explosive plays throwing it early. That has not been the case.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Hits inside. It's Richard. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Long way to go on 2nd down. Might as well run him again. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Well, they're going to RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
It's 3rd and 5. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Holds on. It's Marsh. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Drops back on first down. Makes the grab. It's Marsh. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Fresh set of downs going up top. Here comes the heat. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And this one is perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll start this 3rd quarter with a run. He's got the first down, and he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, a big reason why they're up on the scoreboard is because of how successful this guy's been running the football. And in this position, at this time in the game, with the lead, you want to keep doing that. You want to ice the game. This guy's getting better as the game goes on, so keep handing him the football.
On the run, it's Martin. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Hoosiers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the back. Drops back. It's Hoover. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
3rd and long right here. On the delay, it's Richard. He'll be stopped right at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Now to see if they want to spin that wheel of fortune. And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Looking for the edge. Trucks through the defender. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Dumps it off in the flats. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way.
Other scores around the country. Slippery Rock 42. Shippensburg University, nothing.
Line getting set on 2nd down.
Ready? Kill.
Using his legs, it's Marshall. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And that's what this offense needs, man. They need to do this, but they need to put several together. Back-to-back punts on their last 2 possessions. A lot of times that can wear your defense out, right? Playing so many snaps. This offense just keep being focused, executing on 3rd down, putting some drives together. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you'll have points on the scoreboard.
He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Handoff to the single back. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
139 Albatross. 139 Albatross. Go.
Gets the back moving. Churns into the pile. Runs through the tackle. Ripping through the defense. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their second. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have one timeout remaining. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Underwood on the play action. Working that left side now. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Takes a handoff. It's Marshall. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Going for 6. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
All right, looking deep. He's got it on the outside. Right down the gut of the field. Into the house. Touchdown, Indiana. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Marsh. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Sends it back in motion. Keeps it himself. He'll toss it. Got an alley. Oh, he's got some space. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Timeout taken by the Hoosiers. They cannot stop the clock again. And now there will be no more timeouts for them to use the rest of the way. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive and now in business near midfield at the 49. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to pass, it's Underwood. Right side, it's Marshall. Snags it and he's open. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. They'll go to the counter play. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Blasted as he lets it go. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. From the gun, it's Martin. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Out wide right, it's Richard. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
The run inside. It's Richard. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll ride him again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark, a lot of times, if you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Big hit knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a fourth down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Trying to make one miss. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. 3rd and 6 yards to go. The ride. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way. All
right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th. He's not quite going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs as the defense stops him a few yards short.
Well, they turn around and hand it off, and they get a huge explosive play on the ground, setting up a much more manageable situation there, Reese.
How's it even possible that you don't pick up the 1st down on a run like that?
Well, I guess that's the problem with negative plays early in drives. It just makes these 1st downs that much harder to get.
And they'll take a knee on 4th down, happy with their performance so far, and they'll turn it over in the waning moments. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.